You may have seen that people will in general change their environmental factors to make themselves agreeable. We have been doing it since the beginning of horticulture. While most places stay decent, some have been so seriously harmed that they are not, at this point, alright for individuals to live in. Regardless of whether this was because of disregard, weapons testing, or environmental change, individuals have been destroying the earth for centuries. In the previous century, we increase our endeavors and caused such a great amount of harm to the planet that simply remaining for the time being in a portion of these spots could be capital punishment. Number 5. The Korean DMZ. You may imagine that a peaceful area, DMZ, would be a sheltered spot to go. Demilitarized is somewhat deceptive since it alludes to a stretch of land between the outskirts of North Korea and South Korea, which could likewise be known as a no man's land. Inside the 250-kilometer (155 mi) stretch of land, which is around 4 kilometers (2.5 mi) wide, there exists the biggest aggregation of people-killing area mines on the planet. In view of the DMZ, the United States wouldn't sign a worldwide bargain prohibiting the weapons, which murder and debilitate unquestionably more lamentable regular people than are slaughtered by fighters on either side. Entering the DMZ is an unsafe endeavor for anybody. While attacks into one another's area happen once in a while, barely any individuals ever securely enter or leave the outskirt. Both military groups continually watch the outskirt on each side, so crossing into it is very troublesome. In the event that you manage to end up in the DMZ, the chances of getting caught or captured are somewhat lower than the chances of stepping on something, hearing a metallic snap, and losing your leg. Number 4. Two-Piece Atoll. You may have known about the Bikini Atoll nuclear tests directed during the 1950s, however, you will never get an opportunity to visit there. The first occupants of the island have been ousted from their country for a long time because of the US tests. On March 1, 1954, the US tried the Bravo nuclear bomb, a 15-megaton atomic weapon that disintegrated 3 islands and was in excess of multiple times the size of the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The islands stay appalling and destructive because of reliable fallout. Beginning in 1946, the United States tried an aggregate of 67 atomic gadgets nearby the Bikini Atoll and the Marshall Islands. 23 of those explosions occurred legitimately on, finished, or under Bikini Atoll. In all honesty, there are a couple of individuals who live on the island as guardians. They consistently test the dirt and work on cleanup techniques to decrease the radiative effect. Endeavors have been made to restore the first occupants and their relatives to the island. However, the sum total of what endeavors have been slowed down because of the plenitude of strontium-90, which isn't something people ought to be near on the off chance that they esteem their skeletons. It causes bone malignant growth, leukemia, and a large group of frightful infection. Number 3. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Whenever you are visiting Pennsylvania, avoid a little mining town named Centralia. The spot has been ablaze for a long time and could consume for another 250 if gauges are right. Truly, you heard that accurately, and you would be insightful to peruse the gives posted all up the spot that caution tired explorers of their likely passings by suffocation or by being gulped by the ground, which is frequently on fire. Centralia once facilitated an unobtrusive populace of 1,000 individuals, yet it is currently a cutting-edge phantom town because of an underground inferno that is expending huge amounts of coal. The townspeople had the option to stifle the fire over the ground, however it seethed underground and keeps on seething. Crevices open on a superficial level constantly and heave sulfurous gases that are savage to anybody and anything. There are 12 individuals despite everything living there as they decline to leave. But they speak to only 1% of the first populace. Moving to Centralia is capital punishment for the vast majority, and it ought to never be on a rundown of spots to look at while passing through Pennsylvania. Number 2. Aral Sea. The Aral Sea was at one time a huge lake between the outskirts of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. Be that as it may, on account of worldwide environmental change, the lake is apparently gone. As we referenced, Vizhrozdeniya Island used to be an island in the Aral Sea, however isn't any more extended because of the colossal loss of water that has left the whole zone a bone-dry no man's land. The lake is just 10% of its unique size, and a great part of the misfortune has happened in the previous 30 years. The ocean started contracting because of a Soviet arrangement during the 1960s to reroute a few of the streams taking care of it. In any case, the greater part of the water has dissipated gratitude to the expansion and worldwide temperatures. The contracting of the Aral Sea has been classified as one of the planet's most noticeably terrible ecological debacles. Although the region was at one time a prosperous angling area that helped support the economies of both outskirts countries, it is currently a dead zone. The vestiges of angling vessels litter the desert scene in a territory that is presently intensely contaminated and general well-being concern. Various towns disappeared from the substance of the earth, and the eastern bowl of the Aral Sea is currently known as the Aralkan Desert. Number 1. Fukushima Exclusion Zone, Japan. On account of the Tohoku tremor on March 11, 2011, a wave pulverized the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, bringing about 3 atomic emergencies. Despite the fact that it might appear to be a demonstration of God kind of fiasco, an autonomous analytical group confirmed that the reasons for the mishap were predictable, and the plant administrator had neglected to meet essential well-being necessities, bringing about the aftermath. As of this composition, the Fukushima atomic debacle is the most noteworthy atomic occurrence since we split the particle. Polluted groundwater kept on leaking through a solidified soil hindrance that has been raised to shield the region from the aftermath, and the natural effect has been noteworthy. Since the mishap, there haven't been any legitimately related passings. In any case, gauges recommend that a huge number of individuals may surrender to malignant growth because of the aftermath throughout the following 3-4 decades. Because of all the pollution, the region inside a 20-kilometer (12 mi) prohibition zone is at present beyond reach, except if you are keen on gaining extreme radiation ailment.